I wanted to speak briefly about a subject that no one ever touches upon. Did you ever wonder why it is that it's so easy to manifest negativity so rapidly and so expeditiously in your reality? The answer is sinister yet simple. The reason is because you are continually, unconsciously immersed within an ocean of darkness that long ago has indoctrinated you into the illusionary universe of lies, illusions, and games. And in doing so, they have implanted many nefarious components and devices in the subconscious levels of your physical mind. One of which is you have been implanted with a default setting of negativity. And it is this default setting that you instantaneously revert to unconsciously. This is how you begin immediately envisioning worst case scenario situations and anticipating the most horrific of outcomes. So it is in this anticipation of something of a negative nature that is the actual catalyst of whatever negative impediment or hindrance that you will inevitably and eventually encounter at some point in the future of your journey. You are essentially the catalyst of your own demise and the architect of your own self-destruction, because this is how the darkness gets you to destroy yourself, and you don't even realize it. Look how fast it is that if something comes into your proximity of your reality of a positive nature, how fast and how quickly you dispatch this thing with cognitive dissonance, ad hominem, and negative rhetoric. It's true. You don't even realize you're doing it. It's like an unconscious habit, like a nervous tick that you don't even realize it's happening, but it is happening. That's why whenever you get an objective point of view from someone, they say, "Do you realize you're doing this?" No, I didn't even realize that. Like, for example, people who play guitar or bass, the way they fret the instrument, their fingers are moving on the strings in a certain manner that others are aware of, but they're just not conscious of, because it's just a natural habit. It has become habitual. It has become so thoroughly ingrained within the subconscious levels of their primordial imagination, they don't even realize they're doing it. And this is where the darkness exploits your prehistoric weaknesses and your primordial traits and your primitive predatory reflexes and habits to such a deteriorated degree that they essentially can control the caveman mind. And they do. So that's why it's so easy to manifest something of a negative nature, because there's no blockages to it. There's nothing prohibiting it from entering the experience of your reality. Now imagine if you took that and reversed it, how amazing your life would be. Instead of possessing a default setting of negativity, you had one that's positive. And instead of anticipating something of a negative nature or envisioning worst case scenario situations, imagine if it was the opposite. Now imagine that you are not offering any resistance, blockages, borders, boundaries, barriers, impediments, hindrances to that energy, that you are now allowing it to freely enter the confines, and the area of your reality. Because there's no disbelief, there's no mistrust, there's no doubt, there's no uncertainty, there's no trepidation involved. So there's nothing to block it, because you possess the unlimited transformative potential to create an amazing world you have imagined, but also you have the same ability to destroy it. Because the universe is going to go, here's this amazing energy. It has no nature assigned to it. It's inert. It's neutral. You assign the nature of the energy once it comes into your possession. By this I mean, imagine a flaccid lump of clay. It's amorphous, formless, shapeless, no structure. And your perception and your imagination begin to mold, shape, and contour it to assume any form that you desire. Now, the essential energy of the nature of your soul now becomes assimilated to that clay. So now that once inert neutrality now has a nature assigned to it, whether it's positive, negative, whatever it is. That's how it works. You are a maven of pure energy manipulation and the ability to transfer that intention anywhere in the cosmos. But the key to remember is that you have to not be an impediment or a hindrance or a blockage or a resistive entity in the manifestation process of your desires. Because more often than not, we tend to be our worst enemy, our own worst enemy. Because you have to remember, when it comes to the limitations of the physical mind, half of your mind belongs to heaven and the other half belongs to hell. You have to merge the two hemispheres of the physical reality of your material brain into one singular, cohesive, creative, unified element that you can utilize as a life force energy to manifest greatness and miracles anytime, anywhere, instead of squandering that precious energy in the application of the destruction thereof of everything that exists in your life, of a natural nature. God gives you the ability to build or destroy, to love or to hate, to reinforce or break apart, to applaud or condemn, to revere or disrespect. The choices and decisions are always yours. What are you going to do with this amazing energy that you've been given? It's true. Think about what I'm saying, because it is truth. It's not my truth, it's the truth. Why do you think if you're in a really bad state of being and a horrible negative state of mind, why do you think it's so readily available to you that negativity manifests so quickly and positive things take a really long time? Because you're not a vibrational equivalent to that. And plus, positivity is of an ultra high vibrational nature, but you're existing in the density of this terrestrial environment, which is all negative. So that positivity has to be converted. It has to be repurposed and reconfigured to fit and formatted. It has to be reformatted to fit the energy that you are currently occupying, transmitting, receiving, and so on. So just think about that for a minute, what I'm saying. That's the reason why it's so easy for you to manifest negativity, and it seems so much harder to manifest things of a positive nature, because you are not a vibrational equivalent to the frequencies of positivity. And this is where you become easily discouraged, because you get just fed up, because you want it when you want it, and of course you want it now. That's the ego. The ego has no patience. It has no attention span. It has no time to focus on anything. It bounces you back and forth like a ping pong ball. That's how they keep you and prevent you from establishing and creating anything of a substantial nature in this reality, which is not even here. So just think about it for a minute, what I'm saying, because it's true. That's the reason why you can manifest negativity like that. Good thoughts, good life. Amazing thoughts, amazing life. Destructive thoughts, destructive life. And when I say thoughts, I'm not talking about in here, folks. I'm talking about in here, your heart. Because your heart is the nucleus of your reality. The ego is the nucleus of illusions. All divine transmissions are not sent to your mind. They're sent through your heart to your soul. But what the ego does is it captures these divine transmissions and takes them hostage. And it uses this unlimited positive energy to its own nefarious purposes. And it says, ooh, this is a wonderful celestial treasure that I'm going to take. I'm going to reconvert into the density of dark matter, and I'm going to pump garbage into the brain of this creature that I'm occupying. And that creature is you, because the darkness is a conduit through which the ego thrives and the ego is a conduit for the darkness. They're one and the same. Think of your ego as a doorway that allows the darkness to enter your reality. That's why you're always like, I've got to compete against everyone. I have to compare myself to everyone. I have to be better. I have to be richer, prettier, smarter, taller, better, faster. I have to shine brighter. You know, never try to outshine anyone. Just shine. You have to learn to dispatch the ego, diffuse it, detach from it, because it's been killing you from day one. It is the ego that permits the rapid manifestation of the negative elements that formulate the experiences of your current undesirable reality. Remember that, because that is the cosmic truth.